Good morning, my name is Aaron Houghton, and welcome to Morning Prime. It is Monday. Let's get our week started off right. Thanks for joining me. So I do Morning Prime every morning myself, and I broadcast it live to share it with the world on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings at 7:07 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 9:07 a.m. Eastern Time. And Morning Prime is all about getting my mind calm, positive, and prepared for the day. And so I pick a tool from each of those categories that I need for my day that I would practice anyway, and I share that right here so you can join along. Thanks for being here. Today I'm going to start us with, in the calm category, the tool called box breathing. And box breathing is a technique where we kind of plan and restrict the breath a little bit as a breath practice, and we just sit and experience what comes up with that. Sometimes people can actually feel a little bit of anxiety rise with this. And that's okay. It gives us an opportunity to experience that, just like the same way that a wind sprint down the road would get our heart rate to rise. We know that the response is coming, and it gives us the opportunity to just sit with it, not worry about it, and to just let it resolve again. It's a great practice for any of us that are prone to panic attacks or have anxiety pop up in us during the day. And sometimes if that anxiety can lead to us then being anxious about the anxiety, it can spiral up and just take over our minds and our bodies. And this is a great practice for feeling that anxiety just pop up just a tiny bit, sitting with it, being comfortable with it, and letting it fade away so we don't get stuck in that upward cycle of anxiety that can be so counterproductive to what we want to accomplish. So here's how box breathing works. We're going to breathe. It's the box breathing part of it comes from the four sides of box. There's four stages to the breath here. So we're going to breathe in is one side of the box. We're going to hold our breath at the top, and then we're going to breathe out down the other side of the box, and then we're going to hold our breath again across the bottom of the box. And so I will count out a couple number of seconds for each side of the box, and then we'll see if we can increase it as we go along. This is also good for over the process. It slows down our breath rate and helps us get to calm just through breathing more slowly. If you do this a lot and you get really good at it, you can start to get to 10 seconds, maybe even 15 seconds per side of the box. If you do the math, that's either 1.5 or just 1 breaths per minute. It's really hard to do, but it's a fun practice to work towards for calming the mind by slowing the breath down. So let's do a couple breaths. Go ahead and get your feet comfortable on the floor. Butt comfortable, flat in your seat, back upright and straight against the back of your chair or a little bit raised in front of it. It's just fine. Head up straight. Put your hands comfortably on your legs. I like to do palms up. It just signals to the body and the mind that we're not in any danger. There's nothing to be afraid of. We don't need to be tightened and pulled in to protect our core. Instead, we can be opened up and have our palms exposed. And that just sends a little conscience or a signal to our subconscious telling us that everything's okay. So here we go. First breath in. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. Release. 1, 2, 3. Hold. 2, 3. Let's do another round with 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Release. 1, 2, 3. Hold. Bottom. Do another one at 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in slowly. Hold at the top. Release slowly. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3. All right, now let's do 5 on each side of the box. So breathe in for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold at the top for 5. Release. Hold at the bottom for 5. Breathe in for 5. Hold at the top. Release for 5. See if we can do 7 now. Hold at the bottom for 5. Breathe in for 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold at the top for 7. Release for 7. Hold at the bottom for 7. One more at 7. Breathe in for 7. Hold at the top for 7. Breathe out for 7. Hold at the bottom for 7. All right, breathe normally again. Just do a couple of slow breaths in and out, releasing any tension if there was any created or any residual from those breaths. All right, nice work. Take a moment to think about what that process was like. If you're journaling this morning, just jot down 1 or 2 words for how you feel now versus how you felt before. Some people feel really relaxed. Some people feel a little lightheaded. Some people feel really calm. Some people feel a little anxious. Or feel a little tension that built in their chest through that process of restricting the breath at the top and the bottom, which isn't a natural way to breathe. There's no right or wrong way to feel, but just note how you feel in the moment. All right, next today for the positivity category, I have a mantra, and I've shared this before. I think it's a great one for today. In this uncertain time where we're at home in quarantine, and some of us are just on the edge of that changing and being able to get back out and get into the office or get back to places that we normally would have gone before. And at least here in Colorado, we've got, new set of rules now that apply to us here, which is really, really cool. So it's nice to be a little bit back towards normal again now. But it's still not fully normal. So the mantra I want to share with everyone today is something that my dad taught me when I was a kid, and we used this a lot in tough times in life. And I've used this even in tough times out in the wilderness, in the outdoors, if I'm running out of energy or running out of daylight or running out of warmth and it's getting cold and I'm running out of food and I'm getting scared. I use this mantra to help remind myself that this is just a phase and a moment in time. And so the mantra is this: like all things, this too shall pass. So let's repeat it together 4 more times, and we could put this thought in our mind and let our mind just sit with it. Like all things, this too shall pass. 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 I think in the good moments, this mantra is also a great reminder to live in the moment, because although I often use this in tough times to help myself remember that it's going to end and there's going to be a new chapter that starts, that's always true. That's why this mantra is so powerful, I think. It's also true in the good times. So it's a good reminder to ourselves that even if we're in this incredible moment, let's not take it for granted. Let's live and sit in it. And also in those tough moments, let's live in the moment, sit in it, experience it. These are the things that make life really rich. The highs and the lows. We might as well experience them all. It's great to be balanced and in the center, but oftentimes the things that we remember and we're most proud of, or the things we're certainly just the strongest memories in our mind, can be these things that were so high or so low, whether we like them or not in the moment. So soak it up. Enjoy this moment, because like all things, this moment will pass. Let's do a quick gratitude today. I'm going to write a couple things down, and let's think about this living in the moment that we're so grateful for, this experience that we're having right now. It's been a long time since anyone has experienced a global pandemic where everything stopped across all, 6 billion humans, 7 billion humans now? Most things have ground to a halt across humanity. It's not great, but it is exceptional in terms of what it represents. And we're alive in it right now. What an interesting time to experience. So I'm going to write down, and the practice today is to write down a couple things that are exceptionally different for us right now. And let's be grateful for the opportunity to experience something really different than we've ever experienced it before. I think not getting in my car for 6 weeks is one of those experiences. That rarely ever happens in my life. So take a moment to jot a couple of these down. Things that are exceptionally different for you right now because of coronavirus or the quarantine that we can be grateful for experiencing this difference. And it doesn't necessarily have to be good or bad or labeled that way, but what's just an incredibly unique experience that we're getting to have right now. So we're thinking of things that we're grateful for in this moment of coronavirus quarantine and restriction. And we're thinking about things that are exceptionally different than they normally are so that we can be grateful for experiencing this moment. Take another 30 seconds and see how many items you can come up with. All right, and now I want to finish our morning prime for today with a preparation category item. And today I've selected top 5 list. I have a lot of things I need to figure out how to prioritize items to the top of right now. There's 25, 30 things that I could be working on today that I need to get done in the next 2 weeks. But some of them need to be done today and some of them need to be done tomorrow. So I'm going to build my list, and I'm going to try and circle the things that are most important here. Or maybe I know exactly what the most important things are. Let's just get them down on paper. So let's see what happens. So we're journaling the top 5 things that I need to accomplish today or this week to make sure that I'm focused on the right activities. Let's take about another 30 seconds here. See if you can come up with a good top 5 list. Good top 3 list is fine as well. Things that are most important for you to work on today and tomorrow to make sure that you don't get distracted by working on other things, pet projects, things that are just more fun and aren't as uncomfortable maybe as the things that are the real priorities. Easy for us to shift focus to those things, and this helps us bring focus back to what's actually important. All right, I've come up with 4. That's pretty good. It's not an unreasonably large number of things to focus on for the next 48 hours as we get this week kicked off with a great start. So that's it. We've spent some time to get our minds calm, positive, and prepared for our day and for our week as we're starting it off together today. Thanks for joining me for my morning prime session. It's just 15 minutes long. It goes by so fast. And it's an incredible way and it's an incredible gift to give to our minds and our bodies to help us be ready for what we know is going to challenge us in the hours and the days ahead. So thanks for being here with me. I do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, live on Facebook at 7:07 a.m. Mountain Time. That's 9:07 a.m. for folks on the East Coast. And thank you so much for joining me for Morning Prime. Have a great day.